What's everyone's predictions for the 40th anniversary? Do you think they'll bring back some characters that haven't been seen in a while, like Ruby, for instance, or any other characters? Who would you like to see return, and what storyline would you like to see play out? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 57th edition of predictions for the 40th anniversary. It feels like we're here about once every month, I swear to fuck. But it's an interesting topic, and maybe they'll have more to say than they did last time. It's a video based on the r/EastEnders subreddit post talking about the 40th anniversary. Any immediate suggestions, mate? What you got for us?
Kathy Beale gets dementia and fucking collapses dead on the floor. Straight out of the banger, 10 years to the day. It'll be 10 years since 2015 that she'll be back. Hopefully, if she doesn't leave in 2024. So it'll be 10 years. Why not go out with a bang, Kathy Beale? You fucking came back in 2015. Your time is up. My time is now. It's 2025. Get on that fucking floor, baby. Also, Ian Beale, his pie mash shop doesn't work out well, so he turns into a CBD shop. That's a prediction I want. Oh, would you not like to see Ian Beale selling vapes? Just fucking go on, lads. It'd be great crack. Also, Phil Mitchell for president or mayor of London. That would be great. But he runs it like Lex Luthor from Superman. So that's what I want to see. So yeah, there's my predictions.
I'd love to see a Ruby return with Martin's kid. That would be good fun. Because obviously it was teased that she was pregnant when she left. Maybe Martin's in a full relationship and then suddenly, bam, Ruby's back. And it's like, oh, shit. Obviously, the main two that I keep saying on these videos is obviously the Max return, as it feels like the 40th anniversary will have a Peter and Lauren wedding. And it feels like Max returning would be the fucking cherry on top of the cake. As Max comes back, probably with a new woman. Maybe with Oscar as well in tow. Maybe Cora, fuck it, have her involved as well. Just, bring back that really big fucking drama. And if he's feeling like coming back, I'd also do the Mick Carter return. But honestly, the more time you wait, the more credible it seems. So,
the more I feel like you run into a problem with the Mick Carter return, honestly, because you want to strike while the iron is hot, but you necessarily don't know when the iron is hot.
Exactly.
So you're making, it's basically like you're making tea on the stove. Like you're getting the kettle, you're waiting for it to boil. Oh fuck! It's spilled all over the kitchen. Oh no! Like I'd love to see him back in the next year, but then I'm thinking my mind goes to Den, obviously, because Den I feel like is the counter that was the Mick Carter before Mick Carter, and how they waited 20 years, and then you realise, was it too late or was it the right time? It's that kind of thing. Because in my mind, I'd give him 10 years, maybe 15, and then have him return on the 15th anniversary. So that would be 2037. If my estimate is correct, or do you wait for the 20th anniversary in 2042? It's just like we don't know. Danny Dyer, for all we know, could collapse right now and have a heart attack and die. We have no fucking clue. I know he's a healthy man, but I'm just saying he could fucking collapse and die.
Probably not the healthiest man. Let's be real.
Yeah,
absolutely gassing him up like.
He's probably healthier than me, let's be honest.
It depends if he's sober or not.
But it's just, I don't know when the iron is hot to strike with it. Because I'd honestly bring him back sooner, but I'm still thinking about the long run. Because you don't want to wait 20 years and then no one remembers Mick Carter. Obviously people will remember him, but it's that kind of thing when no one remembers him and then he comes back and it's like, who's this old fucker who's speaking in a Cockney accent, who's doing all these... how's it going, love? Apples and pears, fucking all that shit. It's just, I don't know. It's my thoughts on the Mick Carter stuff. I just really want it to happen, but I just don't know when. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, is my main point I'm trying to get across. I just don't know when.
Yeah, no, I do agree. It's one of those things where, if you think about it, probably the more time that, the more that the show's allowed to move on, the better it seems. But also, there's more chance of people just forgetting the character and not really knowing what to do with him. But either way, it needs to be big whenever it happens. So if you are bringing the Max back in, you probably don't want to bring in Mick as well. But if you do, you know that the show's in for a good fucking time, as there's so many big leading characters. But let's see what people think about this. Someone says, I mean, initially when we knew we were getting a Lauren return, I fully assumed we would head into a Branning Beale-centered 40th with a wedding. We've had some death and stunt-related anniversaries. Want to make it a big family milestone moment. Imagine the various layers. It being around Lucy's anniversary, Lauren and Pete fretting whether to invite certain people, a Jane return. I know many long to see Cindy and Jane head to head. Could tie in with what we now know as Bobby's exit. Tanya is back. Oscar and Toad potentially. First time since Abby died. Could be a lovely scene of her and Jay acknowledging their losses and her showing him a touch of pride in how he's raising Lexi. A Max return always adds to the Branning drama. Finding out Stacy and Jack hooked up. Scenes with Tanya are always fire. Meeting Cindy with the knowledge she's responsible for Cindy's death. And of course Annie, the child Linda and Lauren by default have been keeping from him. Add in now that Lauren has slept with Zach. If that stays a secret, there's another layer to add to the giant intertwining stories. Plus the Cindy and George affair aspect. Hell, why not throw in an Anna and Bobby baby announcement at the same time, causing Cindy to go on off one, leaving Ian to declare, why is it always Cindy in the middle of an argument? And you hear, who, me? And it's Cindy Jr. at the door. Don't know why I said it in a silly voice, but there we are.
But look, that's all grey and everything. But you have to realise you're putting too many firecrackers in the post box here. Because, you're putting too many fucking... You're just shoving stuff right into that fucking post box. Like, you're what's the goatee in there? You're just fucking... get in. Fucking, like, you're just putting too much in it. Like, calm down, mate. I understand you're doing the
I will
whole...
just say, they are just spitballing a lot of cool ideas. They're not saying
No,
you need to
I'm
do
not
everything.
spitballing a lot of cool ideas, but I'm just like, mate, I know it's the 40th anniversary, but fuck me, we don't need a fucking a nuclear explosion going off on Albert Square. Like, maybe I understand your ideas are great. I want to see some of them come true, but less is more and more is less.
Honestly, I'd take all of that. That would be fucking wild, but it would have to be a very Beale Branning centric fucking. we really have to have them be the main focus of this, because otherwise, like, I'm not entirely sure how it would work. So, yeah, but a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool Beale storylines. You can tell this person is genuinely a fan of the show, because it's like, yeah, and then they could come back. Oh, it's great stuff. And they also finish up by saying, oh, excuse me. There's some big drama there, along with some potential returns big and small, and also a chance for some lovely sentimental scenes of characters reminiscing about their first love or childhood sweethearts. Linda talking about Mick, Sharon, the complicated but true love with Dennis, Stacey with whoever she thinks her big love is at the minute, and Martin and Sonia saying, isn't it nice to see it can work for some, Decent enough. Someone says Shrimpy is revealed to be a Walter White type character running UK's largest drug ring out of McClunky's. Phil and Jack team up to take him down.
Yeah, give it to me. Hire that man and make that ring.
It's time to cook. And then
fucking... you gotta cook.
And then you have like fucking... Yeah, they have like Winston, like, you can't keep getting away with this. Just fucking...
Who the fuck is... So who the fuck... So Walter White is obviously Shrimpy. Then who the fuck is Jesse?
Oh...
Like, my knowledge on Breaking Bad's not that good, but I know some of the characters. So like, who the fuck?
Jesse.
Who would be?
Can it be an actual fucking like? Can it be an actual character?
Yeah, it could be an actual character.
What if it was Martin?
Oh,
Martin! Oh. It's time to cook, Martin. It's fucking.
Martin, we got a cup. Martin, get to the fucking lab.
Oh,
Who'd be Sal? Who'd be fucking Sal, the lawyer?
Oh,
Who?
yeah. No, Saul.
So I call him Sue. Sorry, I was acting.
Fucking say his name wrong. Eve. She's a lawyer-ish. Lawyer adjacent.
This Breaking Bad's gone from
all fucking like.
This Breaking Bad's gone from fucking reboot's gone from good to walk. How could you?
Who the fuck would be Gus? Like you need really stoic George Knight as Gus. Just the terrifying, but also like, he's lovely. Don't fuck with me. Oh, I'm just straight murdering someone in front of you. Sound spoilers, by the way.
I'm just like imagining running creatures in these little tiny whiteys in the middle of Cornwall, out of a fan in a field in Cornwall, fucking doing crystal meth. We're in Cornwall.
Someone says, I don't know why you're saying Cornwall. Just Cornwall.
Cornwall.
You're saying it like a fucking American. You're only Irish.
I've been to Cornwall before. Have you been to Cornwall?
Don't even know what that is. I thought you were gonna hit me with the fucking Birmingham. So stop it.
I've been to Birmingham.
They say I'd expect a returnee for the 80s for nostalgia's sake, like Kelvin. I'd be fucking down for it. Simon Wicks would be fab but unlikely. Lots of Easter eggs, perhaps on the episode where not so famous characters and storylines. A surprise revelation that could be filmed close to the date and explored much later on. Similar to what they did with Kathy returning would be good. Looking forward to the future while revealing secrets from the past. Yeah, someone says Mary the Punk and Lofty. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Be hard to do without Dot there, but it's just the issue with bringing back these older characters is you got to realize that I will say, a lot of people did watch EastEnders back in the 80s, but how many current fans watched EastEnders back in the 80s? Like, it'd be fucking sick to see Kelvin, you know? Make him exactly like Tony and just raise a family. Fucking great. Because Tony was fucking intimidating as fuck. Yeah, he's great.
I know she's dead on the show, but I would just for the 40th anniversary as a background character, bring back a neat adoption, just as a background character. Just like Sharon makes a one-off show
would get too fucking excited about it.
Because I just have her there.
Give the fans anything like this. They'll be like the fat boy people who are like, oh, he should be brought back. They showed him for this, and it couldn't be a one-off anniversary. It's
because I just want the joke with Sharon. Like, so obviously, if they're at the wedding, like, I need an adoption. Because obviously, let's just say Carol. She's playing a girl called Carol, and like then Sharon walks up to her and goes, "You look like my mom." You know, she winks at the camera, and we say nothing. She says nothing. She just winks at the camera, and it's like a four-wall joke that only people will get. And she says nothing. She's just at the back of the church. That's all I want.
But yeah, obviously someone suggests the fucking Grant return, which, you know, if there's any time to do it, it is the 40th. Like, you build up Phil to either be like, probably not drinking again because it'd be miserable, but like, you know, you build up Phil to be like kind of losing touch or some shit, or he's dying, and then Grant comes back, and then, you know, he doesn't have to be there for that long. Like, I'm sure Ross Kemp could do like a year. You know, you do like a very loose year on the show.
You know, I'm just saying, Ross Kemp, you know, he's not doing so well post-retirement. He's retired, isn't he? He definitely needs the cash. He's still
working.
I thought he retired. I thought he fucking retired. Like retiring from his job as not acting, but as, you know, being the hard man of Las Vegas, you know, that type of shite that masculinity men watch. I'd love Ross Kemp back. I'd love him back. There's something about Grant Mitchell that is just funny to me. Like I can't describe it. He's just a funny bloke when I see him. Because I always think of it. I don't know when it happened. It might have been 05, 06. Where fucking Grant Mitchell and Phil are in the car and they go crashing into the river. It just buckles me every time. I think it's Grant. It was some bald bloke, anyways. Two bald people.
Yeah,
But
Phil and Mitch going into the Thames. Yeah.
Just so you can get. Have you seen Joe Hendry's video that he did with Grant and Phil Mitchell? He put his theme song over the fucking of them dancing to Kung Fu fighting, and it fucking buckled me.
Yeah, well, someone says I want there to be a huge disaster with like the tube crashing into Bridge Street or something. I mean, they do love to do a big like absolute disaster on some of these things. Like obviously, Kari had the big tram crash and the 60th. I don't fucking remember how long. Yeah, 60th. I don't know. They did the big tram crash. Emmerdale did that famous like plane crash, which pretty much saved the show. Let's be real, it fucking saved that show. It's been a while since EastEnders has done a big like disaster type thing.
It's been 5 years and a pandemic happened the last time they did it, so maybe it's best
like,
they
the
don't
last
do
thing
it.
I guess was technically the boat crashing, but wasn't. It's not as explosive as like a helicopter or like a fucking tram going off the rails and breaking like four houses.
Well, you want a fucking helicopter to come out of the sky and fucking just crash right into the square? Bernie's dead. You get way to fucking go. Decapitated by fucking helicopter.
I mean, I don't fucking know, man. I don't fucking know. Like a big disaster. Someone says bring back David Wicks for one last time. I beg they have David on screen for 2 minutes before the show ends. Yeah, it's always hard to do where. Someone says just complete the Ian Beale trifecta. They should have Pete reveal that he faked his death. That way they could have his mother, father, and wife all have a zombie reunion. Is the guy who played Pete Beale even alive?
You told me he was like a year ago, and I just believed you.
Well,
he might be alive.
I mean the actor, that is.
Yeah, no. That's what I believe you told me he was.
He's 84. Fuck me, that would be weird.
I mean, he could come back, let's be honest. He died off screen. I'll bring him back, why not?
Apparently he was an acquaintance of the Cray twins. Classic.
And you know what I'd do? I'd bring him back, right? I'd have him walk up to Ian and go, hello son, I'm glad to be back, and then he dies of a heart attack. Immediately. He just arrives and dies. Brought back to be killed off again.
Yeah, still alive. It's still possible, boys. Still possible. Someone says, and this will probably be the last one. Maybe, unless there's any other big one. No, this will probably be the last one. A lot of journalists have teased that whatever to come will be great for the fans. I tend to take this articles. Oh, yeah, I suppose also what we'd imagine is that the 6 there'll probably be a big massive like court trial with Dean like professing his innocence and them all having to rehash it and seeing if any like betray one another, like in this big like public court trial type deal. I think that's probably what we'll see at the 40th. Personally. They often call characters that come back as icons when they didn't feature much when they were in it to begin with. As to what may happen, I'm a sucker for a David Wicks return would get my vote. Grant too, maybe if they were both involved with Cindy's abduction of little Peter back in the early 90s. It'd be great to see those dynamics. The current cast, I'd like to see Sookie and Eve navigate a world without Nish properly, as I'd assume he'll be gone for good by then. Maybe a marriage proposal, as I think enough time would have passed for it to feel the natural step. Yeah, that'd be sick. Like a lesbian wedding at the 40th. Fucking.
And then Ash, do you know who shows up? You know who shows up at the altar? You know who shows up? The Grim fucking Reaper, and Eve is killed. And then Sookie is depressed.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic gay soap wedding.
I can imagine.
I can't keep getting away with this. Not again. Don't kill the gays.
I'm imagining only you is getting all of you full of rubber masks. Just the fucking the Grim Reaper rising out of a tunnel with a fucking American flag over his shoulder. Walks down, just fucking batters he walks away with her body. Yeah, time to go to work. Just fucking go on, do it.
Don't kill off our gays, please. Don't kill off the gays. But a lesbian wedding would be great. I think it'll be the first lesbian wedding in soap. I could be wrong. And it'd be a big step, of course. You want to see some kind of disaster happening too? Maybe one of the trains that pass over the market derails and destroys the market laundrette and Minute Mart. Could do. Someone says that would be great. I honestly don't see any way for them to do it and avoid being accused of copying Corrie's 50th tram crash. To have it happen, I'd expect you need an explosion at the Archie Barchie to damage the tracks, just like the joinery in Corrie. Honestly, I have no idea what to predict. I also feel like Nish's shelf life will be expired by Christmas or the 40th. But are we really going to have Who Killed Nish so soon after Keanu? No. Keanu wasn't a whodunit, true, but we know it was Miss Carter in the hallway of the meet for moment of lol. We saw her ups and downs of the 6. Probably have Dean Stroud later in the year. Is a whodunit immediately afterwards going to be exhausting for the audience? 2 of the 6 may be involved. I'm sure even if a murder is special enough for the big 4 out, as they do it so often, genuinely have no idea how to expect. I don't believe we'll get a Who Killed Nish. There's no, you don't want to throw all of the whodunits at once. It has to be something better than that.
I would imagine if you're killing off Nish, I'd imagine a car hits him or something, or he's killed off screen basically. Because I'm just thinking again of the lesbian wedding where, we don't see Nish for a year. He's gone for a year, and then at the altar, oh, Eve, will you stop the wedding? Stop the fucking wedding! You're my wife, you bitch! Now get in that fucking kitchen and make me a sandwich. Fuck you! He just yells at her and tries to pull her away from Eve, and then obviously that leads to a big fight, and then something could happen to Nish. That's what I'm imagining, at least.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It does feel like Nish will be long gone though. Someone says, "Oh yeah, that would be good. The difference is there's no one you could tell him was inside that he'd risk himself to save. Loves no one but himself." But yeah, very good point. Pursuit the story well. Realistically, it doesn't make sense for him to ever accept Suki being happy and letting her go. She belongs to him. He murdered in jealous cold blood, warned her straight up he would do it again to anyone who got near her, and then tried to kill Eve. EastEnders has been focusing more on his pantomime side as of late, so I'd imagine they're going more towards the sinister when he returns. Still not sure where that leaves us for the 40th though. What could be big enough that hasn't already been done? Tram idea is great. Yeah, it'll be exactly what Corey did about a decade ago. But yeah, I think with that aside, that's a lot of really cool ideas. I think people have been cooking up more ideas in the kitchen than they were last time. I'll say that much for sure. So yeah, tell us what you think they'll do for the 40th anniversary. It'll be interesting to see what you say. But all in all, thank you for watching this video. We've been watching Walford. If you want to join the channel, make sure to join the Discord. Make sure to go through the link in the description. And all in all, leave a like, a comment, and a subscribe. For all of us all here at Watching Walford, thank you for watching. Make sure to join us in the next one. See you then. Bye-bye.